Welcome to the channel, everyone. Auto Car Guy Rich here. Hope you're all having a fantastic day as always. Today I've got a special treat. It's a 32 Ford Roadster, the Street Rod Edition from AMT, kit number A132. And this kit was released in 1973. So I thought that was pretty cool. We're going to go ahead and do an unboxing on this one. This is a salute to the original hot rod, basically. So let me go ahead and set you guys down here. Hopefully that's a good spot for you. Go ahead and pull this one out. Here's a side view. Kind of the classic look. That side. Oh, it looks like we're going to get a 392 Chrysler Hemi in this one. That's kind of cool. Some nice looking tires and wheels. Alright guys, just like the other one, whatever that other kit was I just did, the 41 Plymouth, the instructions were right on top. I'm going to go ahead and do those real quick. Look at, I don't know if you can tell, well maybe if I do this you'll see the difference. No, not really. But this is all yellowed out. It's been in that box a long time. There's a little bit of a different color. Alrighty. Pick you right up. Looks like our first step is going to be putting together either a stock Model B 4-cylinder or the custom dual quad Chrysler engine. Pretty cool. Step number 2 is putting our wheels and tires together, depending on which version you go with that. Looks like we're going to get 8 tires in this kit, so that'd be cool. And we actually have a step 3 in this one. That's a nice little bonus. There we go. Putting the chassis all together. Wow, look at there. It looks like the battery mounts underneath the vehicle. Is that correct? Unless that's the top and I'm just seeing it. No, that's the bottom. That's funny. I never knew that. Stock version only. Okay. And step 4, we have our interior and body. Pretty cool. Little handle for a rumble seat thing there, a door. Nice. Here's step 5, final assemblies. Nice for the stock version. Got the old school Auga horn there. That's cool. The headlights apparently have to have the correct positioning. Neat little detail. Go ahead and flip it over. Yep, and then step 6 of the final assembly for the custom version has a roll bar, some floating headlights, headrest. I'm sorry, I misread that. Custom tail lights. Fairly basic kit, but pretty cool. All right. And bring our box over. Here are those wheels, 2, 4, 6. Wow, these are some funny looking wheels. What am I looking at here? Okay, so this is the insert for this wheel. Goes in there. That's different. Nice feel though. Nice, almost actual rubber, you know? Vinyl, whatever you want to call them. So that is 4 tires. I got a feeling those are the custom version. Here's decals right on top also. Old, yellowed out for 53 years old. I am not even going to attempt to try to use these. Pretty neat though. Doug's headers, Holly equipped, American Racing equipped, Edelbrock, Slicks by M&H. It's a cool Ford insignia there. Very neat. Alrighty. Can't believe it, guys. 53 years and the bag is still completely sealed. That's pretty cool. So let me go ahead and open her up for the first time. I feel kind of guilty opening it, but it is what it is. Here we go. Let's see. Well, the bag did its job. It definitely protected the plastic from getting discolored because the bag is just filthy. Let's see here. Well, here's the body. a little bit on the thin side, and someone pointed out to me that I completely overlooked when I did the 41 Plymouth. I was saying how thin the plastic was. These kits came out during the oil crisis back in the early 70s, and I had forgotten about that. So thank you for the viewer that mentioned that in the comments. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Not a whole lot going on there. Pretty basic body. Looks like we got some spaces that could be drilled out to mount things. Have to remember that before we paint. Here's the interior. Basically, it's a seat. Nothing at all on the sides for any kind of detail. Here's the fenders and the running boards that are molded in. Unlike the Plymouth, these are actually molded in. Here is the intake manifold for the Chrysler. Fan belt and pulleys. This little grate thing, I'm not sure what that is. This is the license plate frame and the fuel tank filler neck. What do they? Let's see what they call that. Let me look at the instructions real quick off camera here, guys. Luggage rack. That's what that is. Wow. Okay. Here's the head for the 4-cylinder, was it? Pretty sure, right? Yeah. That's the head for the 4-cylinder. Here's a wheel, one of the stock wheels. Some wheel inserts for the back. Set that over there. Feels kind of flimsy. That's kind of funny. Alright, here we have the floorboard, I think that is. And this is the rumble seat lid, or the back trunk area. Here's another floorboard, so I'm not sure on this one. Let me look that one up. Kind of funny doing it backwards. Oh, here we go. It is the rear floorboard, the larger piece. Okay. Here we have the back seat for the rumble seat, the bottom and the back cushion. Here is the, what do we call that? The convertible roof cover. There's a boot. I forget the proper name of it. This is a spare tire thing. Front suspension, rear radius rod. Pulled that name out of my hat. Here's the other three. Oh no, there's 4 wheels. So, 5, 6. We got all kinds of stock wheels. Fronts and backs, maybe. That's what's going on. Yep. Here are the heads for the Hemi engine, carburetor, and the spare tire frame and the holder and that with the steering wheel if you chose to use this one instead of the luggage rack, I believe. Yep. Okay. Here's the chassis and the frame. Rear end is mounted in there. I was kind of hoping to have that separate, but that's cool that it's in there. Standard exhaust. You'd grind that down if you wanted to use something else, like a set of headers or something. All up to you. Steering wheel. The original stock style. The hood, which it's funny they show it on the box. Can you see the box? Yeah. Here they show it without the sides on it. So I don't know if we were going to cut these off, if there's another hood. Looks like we'd have to cut them off if you wanted to make it like that. Because it doesn't really say a different option. Side panels may be trimmed for the street rod version. There it is. So if you wanted to make it a street rod, you'd cut those 2 sides off. I always like the look of those. So I'll leave those on. And here we have engines. Look at here. We got 2, 3, 4. So we have, whoops, these 2 are for the Chrysler version. Alright. Engine, transmission all molded together. And these 2 are the 4-cylinder with the engine and transmission molded together. That head will go on there. Okay. Pretty basic on that, but that's okay. It's an older kit. Here is exhaust manifold with something stuck on there. There we go. That's the exhaust manifold, the whole thing. Another fan belt with a little two-bladed fan, so we know that's the original. That's funny. Here's the battery, or at least the battery box that mounts underneath the frame. And this, I don't know if this is broken. Let me look up and see what that is, guys. I don't recall off the top of my head. I don't see it anywhere. It almost looks like a trailer hitch you'd mount on the bottom. And it doesn't look like it either went to this kit or it's just an extra part that wasn't used on this particular kit. Alright. Well, there's half of one of those because you can see where it was broke off right there. Alright. Here's the firewall. Whichever way it goes. I think it goes that way. Another wheel backing. Another exhaust manifold for probably the stock version. And we have the dashboard, which is a piece of plastic. It's got the gauges in the center. I don't know if the light's going to allow you to see those. Here's another piece of exhaust and a muffler. The front grille and the radiator. Yep. Another carburetor there. Your horn. Some headrest. I think these are the fronts of the headrest. Yep. And then two other exhaust pipes. That's it from older than white parts. In clear, we have front windshield. And this looks like it mounts on the back. Not really sure about that one. On the box, it looks like it's mounted. Oh, you know what? That was optical illusion. From a distance, that little rectangle piece looked like it was in the back, but it's actually the wing window, the side window there. So I don't know what that other little piece is, but that's cool. Then we have some chrome. We got our chrome grille, headrest, windshield frame. Another set of wheels for the custom version, I'm assuming. Fuel tank. Little dog dish hubcaps, very cool for the standard wheels. Front and rear bumpers. Oh, nice. The headlights all tied together. Sometimes this bar and the headlights are all three separate pieces, and these are just a bear to try to get them to go on there and get them level on that. So I'm happy to see they're all together as one piece. And here are the Hemi head valve covers. Sorry. Some little bits here. I think these are like custom bumperettes. Pretty sure. A couple of miscellaneous little bulbs. A gauge here for your dashboard. Some handles. That's it for that. And then one piece here fell off. That's a chrome shifter. And we have two metal axles. Very nice. Old school. And the stock tires, which are not labeled at all, and they are all less than to be desired tread on those. And a little piece of them. Put them back in the box. And here's a little clear thing. Not really sure what that is. It could just be a piece of sprue, but it might be a glass to go somewhere else. And that's it, guys. That was really fast. Like I said, this is a shout out to the original hot rod. I'll post a bunch of pictures throughout the video, and that hopefully I've already done that, and you've seen some of different ideas and things for you guys if you want to get a kit like this and build it. Doesn't have to be from '73. You can just buy a 32 Ford Roadster, or dig one out of your stash and build it however you want. So alrighty, guys, that was a quick one. I thank you all so very much for stopping by. I appreciate your time, and I will see you guys on the next one. This is Model Car Guy Rich out. Keep on modeling.